Chat. Hello? Hey, what's up, chat? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah. Rough Deck, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Lynn's Nicole, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Mother Kitty, thank you for the prime sub. MC Dizziness, 56 months. What's up, Nia? Thank you for the 56-month resub. What's up, chat? How's it going? I am live on Twitch and on YouTube, and I see both of you right here. I see your beautiful faces. Also, Ryan's behind me. Look, it's Ryan, my pal Chal. Well, if it isn't James's father, also known as an extra. Am I extra? Lethal Company? No. We have to do our part. We have to dive into hell. I love the company. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going, chat? How's everybody living? How you been? How am I, Big Bob? How's my daughter? No daughter. I have a little man. His name James. What's up, Isopod Underground? Skyfire there with a 3-month resub. Portobello Mushroom Boy, 15-month resub.
Hear him?
I muted myself for once, Ryan. Can you believe it?
I hope to God we don't have to do. Oh,
Hello?
we're not on the right side here. This will be interesting.
We're not on the right side. Can you hear me, Ryan? Ryan?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. But I hear myself now too. Is it working, Ryan?
I have to figure out all the shit again.
What is it outputting your audio to? Should be able to pick that.
Is that better?
Hello? Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Well, here, yeah, I can still hear you. You're not getting the double?
Nope. Sounds good.
What about now? You getting the double?
Nope. Still sounds good. Oh, wait. Yes.
Damn it.
It's a little delayed, but it's there.
How did I have this set up? I'm trying to remember. Do you get double from me and from you?
Nope. Just my voice coming back to me.
I think you'll definitely get double now.
Eh? Yeah.
This is, by the way, for people who are wondering, my computer literally shit the bed thanks to a Windows update. So it completely screwed up our audio settings that we had worked to figure out and make sure was working just fine. But sucks.
Well, shouldn't you just be able to make the output on Stream Together whatever your Discord goes into? You have a bunch of virtual audio cables, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Just output it to whatever output you put your Discord to. I assume you set that up because you streamed with Dell yesterday.
Yeah. Are you getting double still?
Nope. Sounds fine.
Okay. There we go. Fixed it. Whee!
I don't know why I'm on the wrong side on yours, but not on mine.
Yeah. On mine. Yeah, on mine, I'm on the wrong side.
Wait, can you toggle in the top right of our frames? Can you toggle our cameras on and off on your end at all?
Here, no, but I'm just seeing if I could move you to a different slot. It's not moving you for me.
Weird.
Let me hang up, but I'll be right back.
Yeah.
If you can send me just another invite.
Yep. Yay, technology, chat. The joys of technology. It always works the same and never breaks. Except when it breaks. Anyway, we'll be back in just a second. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Invite? Yeah. Oh, he's in queue? Okay. The music is banging. Oh, is Wade out here? Now Bob's audio is delayed. Love audio. Is it delayed? Is my audio messed up? There he is.
And I'm on the wrong side.
Well, that just straight up doesn't make any sense because it's working on mine.
Well, I just want to let you know, apparently Wade popped up in chat, so I think that's why everything broke. I'm just going to Wade.
Ryan, I'm DMing you a link.
Okay.
This is the source, the browser source that I'm using that is currently working for Stream Together in the correct orientation. I'm sure if you just paste that right in there, nothing bad will happen.
By the way, real quick, actually, beforehand, while I'm thinking about it, are you ready to record something on your GoXLR?
Sure. Hang on. Hey. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Yeah.
All right.
I don't even want foreplay. I just want you in now.
Oh, I think I missed the part at the start of it.
I want foreplay. I just want you in.
Try again.
I don't even want foreplay. I just want you in now. I don't even want foreplay. I just want you in now.
Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. Thanks, Wade.
Feel free to use that. Whatever you feel like you need to use that for. We're good friends.
I don't even want foreplay. I just want. I don't even.
Oh yeah. Good friends. Good friends. Oh, I need to make that louder. Hang on.
I don't even.
All right.
I don't even want.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's the volume level you want.
Yeah.
Are we in? We're in the correct orientation and everything, right?
Correct orientation.
It's a miracle.
What's interesting with your coloring, I've now noticed, is I think this is because you switched over to using NVIDIA, so you separated yourself from the background essentially, so you have chat in there. Did that get rid of the contrast?
No. Well, I'm on a different camera also.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, it is. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this because it's not the best. It's a much smaller sensor. It's very convenient, but it struggles.
What camera? I mean, you allowed to say, or are you like you don't want to throw them under the bus?
No, it's a DJI Osmo Pocket. It's not really designed for this. I'm using it as a webcam. And so it's like a tiny little. It's that little handheld gimbal camera, right? So I can do this. I can. Which is cool, and it's very small, and it fits in my setup. It fits in between my monitors. It takes up like an inch of space, so it's like really convenient. But the color is meh. The color is very meh.
Gotcha.
I can. Let me see. I can turn on some LUTs probably in OBS to help it a little bit. Do I have any of these on here? I have a LUT. Can I richen that up a little bit? Oh, that's interesting. Anyway.
I'm being told by my community that your audio on my end may be a little fuzzy or something.
That's not ideal.
Bob sounds scratchy though. He sounds completely normal in my headphones, chat. It's peaking real bad. All right, hold on. I adjust a little bit. Go ahead, Bob.
Chat, how does it sound on our end? Does it sound okay? Does it sound okay?
Is that better? Good here. I can hear both. That is way better.
I feel like they're just lying on you.
Yeah, maybe. Bob sounds like cam audio, to be honest, Max. I don't know what you're talking about.
It ain't.
Yeah, he sounds completely.
So my
No.
color
Anyway.
in my color and stream together looks so much worse than it does in my OBS. I don't understand.
It could be your monitor.
What happens if I do this? Oh, it doesn't like that. All right, you know what? It's fine. We're gonna just stick with it. This is how I look right now. Do I look okay to you? Do I look any better? Because I did just change my color a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, I think ultimately it's just going to come down to if you're going to use this camera, the LUTs and getting the contrast up so the black is actually true black. 'Cause, yeah, everything kind of has that gray sheen over it essentially.
Anyway, you know, it's
Things and stuff and
it's
things.
tech
and,
support time, everybody.
I mean, we did it for Wade yesterday, so why not? Audio's a break-in.
It's fine.
Got to do that. Okay. Well, you want to get into it?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's, you know what? I am actually biting, like really chopping at the bit to talk about what, because you wanted to bring up and talk about Sora.
Yep.
So you wanna take the lead on this?
Sure. So my favorite thing about this, like, AI video. I hope most of you, if not all of you, have seen Will Smith eating spaghetti. If you haven't seen it, you should look it up. If you have seen it, you know that that was representative of where AI video was about a year ago. Have you seen Will Smith eating spaghetti, Ryan?
Long time ago, but yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I do remember seeing that.
Anyway, that was about a little less than a year ago, but about a year ago. This past week, OpenAI released a new tool, a new AI thing that they made called Sora that does text prompt to video using AI, generative AI, and it still has artifacts that clearly make it look like AI, especially if you know what to look for. But the jump in quality and the jump in what's possible just in about a year has been very interesting to see. It's insanely cool, but also presents a ton of issues, and it probably is overall, I don't know, a really mixed bag. It's hard to say it's definitively good or bad, but I can just see a lot of bad stuff that could come from the ability to make an AI video of anything or one person that you might want doing things, anything you might say. It's interesting. The quality of the video is amazing, though. Like, if you only watch for a couple seconds, if you only watch it, if it's on a screen that you're not paying full attention to, you probably wouldn't notice some of them are AI. Some of them you would notice, but some of them would skate by, and it's impressive. You ignore all the other parts.
Yeah, I have to admit, and I wish. Do you have any clips to bring up to show some of the stuff that they've done? If you could try to find, because I think what it's interesting to note, everybody, is that this is, as I know Phil has even said, Phil DeFranco, this is the worst it's ever going to be. Every single leap, it just gets better and better and better. And that's where, to me personally, it's in a scary area. For that old Will Smith eating spaghetti video, it was basically nightmare fuel. It was like the spaghetti in his mouth was intertwining and looking like one. But they did another one showing like, okay, you know what he used to be. So this is
the video on YouTube posted by OpenAI. All of these are AI generated, and it gives you the prompt ahead of time. This one is a cartoon kangaroo dances. Sure. It's animation. I'm sure someone who knows things about animation would say there's some problems with that, but this one I think is funny because this has some of the weird surreal artifacting stuff.
Yeah.
You could definitely see the puppies sort of morphing in and out of each other in ways. There's like a fourth puppy that comes into existence maybe at some point, or I don't know. But like at the overall quality.
Yeah.
Borneo wildlife. Okay, ones like this are interesting. There's not a lot of movement. That looks like it could just be a shot of someone with a camera on a boat. Petri dish with a bamboo forest growing in it. That has red pandas appearing out of actual nowhere. Yeah. So, they're hit and miss. Let me see. This one I think is interesting. This looks like looks like a crazy like real life video game type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's a papercraft world. So this is like a stylized thing where it's kind of animation, but everything's like made out of paper, and
that's really cool.
Yeah, it just AI, you know.
I'm sure the woolly mammoth one. The woolly mammoth one.
Oh, I like this one. Okay, wait. A cat waking up its sleeping owner in bed. So blah 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 blah. Watch the cat's legs. Yup. Whoop. Whoop. Hang on. So those are the things that are still there. But like, yeah, woolly mammoth running.
Like that one.
Why are they farting so much?
Listen, they're coming out of the void. This one, just a great kind of aerial shot real quick. Oh, suddenly very large people.
Oh, there's a dude with no head in the background. Oh my God. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh.
Giants.
Camera rotates around a large stack of vintage televisions. Sure. Well, so this is interesting because it's generating all of these like clips. But if you look at any of the clips, they're all horrifying. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff. Let me see if I could find one that I particularly think is impressive. This one. Extreme close-up of a gray-haired man, blah, 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 blah. It's a little shaky cam for me, but like, it looks like someone took a shaky close-up of this dude, and if this was inserted in a video, if this was used in an advertisement or something, and you saw it for 4 seconds, it would be hard to say like, oh, that's definitely AI.
And especially like if you consider a lot of these kind of things can also just be, you can compress it down to show on TikTok or Instagram Reels, and the smaller, of course, you decompress it, it's going to look a little bit more realistic because you're not going to be able to notice those fine little things like this. If this was made smaller down into like a TikTok format, if there's any kind of
oh my God, look at the crowd though. Oh man, I love that.
Like I'm saying though, I wouldn't, if it was a quick couple of second clip, I wouldn't notice.
Look at the AI crowd though, chat. Look at the bottom left. Oh man, I love it. Oh, where'd that kid go? That kid disappeared. All right. Yeah, so this is gonna make stuff like Coco Melon videos on YouTube that for like kids stuff where kids don't scrutinize things in this way. People could just vomit out whatever they want. Like this looks like a kid's cartoon as far as I pay any attention to it. Anyway, there's a lot. This is, we're gonna have to keep looking.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff.
I think ultimately the thing that I'm like, we've talked about, so we've done so many of these morning podcasts, like when it comes to AI and the implementation and everything else therein. And when it comes to AI, I once again will firmly stand in, it's great if it's used as a tool for professionals to make cooler shit, if it makes a job easier. The problem therein lies, and we've seen this countless of times, and it's not a big surprise, companies will try to use this to cut corners and basically get rid of more jobs because that's less money that they have to spend. And this is wherein I'm it's kind of like Pandora's box essentially. And if there's good to be had, but the bad is going to outweigh the good because companies are going to company, should we? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I appreciate your question in theory, but I think it's kind of pointless. Should we? Too late. It is. It happened. This is something that is having millions, billions of dollars poured into it. It's not necessarily going to mean it even succeeds, but this is the beginning of the push towards AI stuff. It's going to, if it's going to succeed long term, it's going to develop into research developments in the stuff you're not seeing, the actual computer code and in the math that's making this all happen. Because right now those videos look very cool, but it's not publicly it's not a publicly available tool, and it takes probably an insane amount of computing power to generate one of these videos. One of the things about these videos, I didn't point it out, I should have in one of the ones we watched, but one of the things about these videos that is new for generative AI is these videos have persistent things in them even when they go out of sight. There are video examples made by this model, the Sora thing from OpenAI, where a thing will pass behind someone's head, will pass behind something. It goes out of sight for more than just like a frame or two. It goes out of sight for a good second, couple seconds, and comes back into frame and is the same. I don't know how they're doing that, but that's not a thing that AI does or has done up to this point. Because that means that not only is it rendering and doing all of the generative stuff, it's doing something to where it's remembering what a thing was, and it's having the object permanence of like, that was moving, that should come out, that should be over here at some point, it looked like this. It's a cool new development if you look just at the technological side of it. But like, it's gonna happen anyway. There's just so much money. It's not practical yet. If it's going to survive, they're going to need to figure out how to make this run on someone's, so that you could at least do it on a powerful desktop. And you don't need like cloud supercomputing to get a 1 minute video render. But it's happening whether we should or should not. The real thing that people need to do is we need to push like politicians. We need to push the people who are in the right places to make like rules about this. It's not going to happen because our government is still so far behind. It doesn't have good rules about the internet. Like that's a new technology. But like the thing that is going to help this is there needs to be rules. I think you should be required to disclose if you have an AI imagery or AI videos. And like, it's complicated. I'm not saying I have the right answer at all because it's complicated. Because people are going to use AI tools, whether or not the images they're putting out are ultimately AI generated, guaranteed. That's the direction that technology is going. But it's just like the discussion. I've already seen people in chat, the discussion about, oh, this is so bad for artists. Oh, it's like, yeah, it's a problem if you're an artist because companies will, if it's cheaper, they will do the cheap thing. But like this is not a death knell. This is a thing that just we need to have open discussions about, and there needs to be some guardrails. And I'm very jaded about the fact that any of this will happen, but that's what I think needs to happen so that it's not, a rush of terrible AI-generated crap in media in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I think and I think a lot of our audience knows, if it goes without saying, more and more and more, especially as this stuff comes prominent, is don't fall victim to clickbait articles and this and that, because the more this technology goes and the bad actors out there can use it to however they're going to use it, then the more you're going to see a lot of journalists and whatnot potentially even just getting hoodwinked on like, oh, this is a real thing, when really it's not. And like, oh, this person said this, because they use AI voice along with AI video or what have you. It sucks because you'd like to think that you can trust journalism nowadays, but it is one of those kind of things where you're going to have a lot more of a discerning attitude when it comes to certain things. Because like I said, this technology is going to keep on moving forward. And as Bob briefly touched on, our laws, especially when it comes to online, are still so old and backwards. They really do not offer the proper amount of protections for people using it, and everything else in between. So it's as an artist myself, I'm kind of excited. Ooh, this could give me a way of creating some cool shit, maybe some concept art to give way to creating something else. But I think I am worried on the flip side of like what this actually means. And in order to make sure that it doesn't overstep its bounds, we do need better laws. But will that happen? You know me, I like being an optimist more often than not, but this is one of those areas where, since at least here in the United States, I can't speak of any other country, but lobbying is such a huge thing, and cash can grease palms and turn votes into yeses and nos and other ways around, whatever is beneficial to the company. It really does give me pause if this is going to go in a direction that is beneficial rather than more beneficial, I guess, to a company standpoint of view.
But I guess I'll say too, you can't necessarily, ideally, your government or regulating bodies do the things we're talking about, come up with some kind of solution. You can't rely on that. And as consumers of stuff, and you've talked about this before on our show here, we can still choose what we do and do not consume. If a company you like starts making video games heavily using AI tools, trying to cut out artists and save money in that way, don't give them money anymore. Don't buy those things. If a movie has AI in it in a way that cuts out the job of an actor or a creative or someone on set, we don't have to watch it. We don't have to pay to have a ticket to see it. That is one of the only meaningful ways, and it's not one person doing that is not meaningful, but an ocean of people doing that is one of the only meaningful ways that these companies will hear pushback to things like this. And it feels, I mean, even I admit, I feel like, what does it matter? What does it matter if I do or don't? It feels hard and helpless sometimes. But like, if enough people care, and a lot of people do care about this, especially a lot of people who are in the creative fields who will be consuming the things that these companies are going to want to sell, if enough people care and legitimately do it, they will hear that. Yeah. They will feel that because they won't make the money they were hoping, and they will respond to that.
Yeah. It's
hard to keep people committed to that because there's a huge chunk of people who get the FOMO and just want to do the thing, and it's like, I'm not going to experience this because of my ideological stand. I'm just going to buy it anyway. And it's like, I get that feeling, but this is something I feel like more people feel more strongly about than I've seen in a long time in terms of not liking it and thinking it's a serious problem and wanting to do something. Support people who you like, who make good art and who don't abuse AI. I'm not saying don't support anyone who uses AI even. If a company uses it ethically, if an artist uses AI in an ethical way, theoretically, yeah, that's fine. That's a tool. Like Ryan says, that's a good tool. It's a tool. But, use that if you don't want to feel completely helpless, because they hear it when you don't give them money. They want your money real bad. And that's the thing that they will respond to.
Yeah. And as Bob was saying, I know FOMO can be real, but it's kind of like there's certain TV shows and whatnot that come out that, we know isn't good. The way they made it, the way they are making it, or what have you, the choices that they've made, and you even have to realize your clicks. Maybe you just want to watch it. You don't support it necessarily, but you want to see it. Well, do realize the act of going to the movie theater or clicking on a thing is then making your argument invalid. They don't care your feelings. They don't care about whether you're watching it just because you're morbidly curious on how bad it is or what have you. The fact is, they got your money, or you clicked on it. So if it's a streaming service, they're already getting your money, and you clicked on a thing. They're going to view that as a win, for better or for worse. And so, whether it's also stuff popping on Netflix or Disney Plus or what have you, you gotta look. There's so many other things out there. Trust me, you may have FOMO around this one thing. There's a billion other things that you can be watching or looking at that are going to be, whatever reason this is a problem, less of about that. So I do get that FOMO, but let's also be honest. We live in a society where there's a little shit ton of things always coming at us. And I'm sure you could find someone else to help fill that gap in that meantime, while you're taking a stance of not supporting insert thing here. So yeah, no, I like I said, I think it looks cool. I like the idea of it. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what the implementation therein given over time.
I this is not a conclusive statement, but I keep saying, because I've been thinking about this since it came out, I'm struggling to think of a use case for this that's good. Like there are use cases I can imagine that are like neutral, where it's like, yeah, I get like advertising is one thing. I get that you want people to hire artists and you know, cinematographers and actors, and companies can't do that. It's the difference between them either just making like a you know, some graphic design thing or having a video advertisement, and they can afford to do it with AI, but they can't afford to do a full production advertisement. I get that. And like that's somewhere where it's like, okay, that's at worst that's like neutral for me. But I can't I'm struggling to think of a use case for this where it's like, oh, that's a really great positive use case. And I'm sure there are some, and if you could think of any, chat, I would love to know. But like this is one where it's like, I only see this as a lot of potential negatives where companies are just going to try and save $1 and make some crappy thing that's not as good as it would be and cuts out a bunch of artists and actors and people.
Yeah, my community over here is saying like maybe storyboards for brainstorming ideas. That's one that I feel like I would use that.
But that's a lot of resources for that too, for where it is right now. It's an expensive tool, but yeah, if they fix it, if they streamline it, if they optimize it, maybe
it's gonna get cheaper. It's the way they're gonna go. And then maybe also for B-roll, you know, maybe if you need a pickups for some B-roll or something like that for something, some insert shots. But yeah, it's one of those kind of things that we'll just have to wait and see. Dude, so I know we do briefly want to talk about Helldivers 2.
Sure.
Beforehand, this just popped up the other night. I literally just saw this. I was perusing on TikTok and I was like, I'm sorry, excuse me, wait, what? And let me see if I can share this. Yes, I can. Bob, were you ever into Batman Beyond?
I mean, I watched it on TV. I don't know that I would say I was into it in a meaningful way in terms of knowing anything about it. It's a good show. I like the show.
This was one of my all-time, like outside of the original Batman animated cartoon, this was my favorite. I loved it so much. I even loved that they took a chance. This was one of the very first grown-up movies, and so they put out a movie and it was actually censored. The original version came out because they felt like they went too far with the Joker character, and then later on they released an uncensored version as they called it, and because they really truly wanted to show Joker, he's a psychopath, he's not a nice person. This show was amazing. I love Terry McGinnis. I absolutely loved Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, with his portrayal of older ones. So this was actually a pitch. They showed this concept art, and this has given me straight up Deadpool vibes in the sense like, let's release this to see if we get enough hype that will maybe show studios that this is something that should be made. This is the idea is like it'd be made by the same people, a few of them who helped do Into the Spider-Verse a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely has that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, and they're seeing if they can get James Gunn attached to it as well, because they're going to be pitching their way up. But it's crazy to me is apparently they pitched this to Warner Brothers, and before they even got a chance to pitch it, Warner Brothers was saying there's absolutely no way we can do a Beyond movie. Like they were already shooting it down before they even heard it, which is mind-blowing to me. Because dear God, how many Batman origin movies and like all that shit we've gotten, so much of like, here's Batman's origin story, once again, orgy story. Here's his orgy story. He's out there doing orgies. But yeah, I'm I like, dude, I do not know why they would be reminiscent, like, to make a movie like this. I feel like they'd be printing money.
Yeah, I do think that's interesting. Clearly, Batman still does well as an IP. I don't know how well the last movie did, but like it was pretty popular, right? I mean, the Batman one, it was still huge. It's surprising that they would just offhandedly say no without even thinking about it. I get that it might not make sense or whatever ultimately, but like also Spider-Verse, I feel like proved that there's a huge appetite for stuff, animated stuff that's interesting and has a unique look, and like that looks very cool. It certainly you could sort of sense the Spider-Verse influences, but also like it looks dope. I don't know, that's weird. I'm not super fan or anything, so I hadn't heard about this, but it doesn't seem like a bad pitch.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I just I love the characters. I love the idea. It's in a cyberpunk world, so I feel like, you know, just as this concept art shows, the color could just be amazing to look at, you know, in a movie like this. So I don't know. I really hope this can find a home, especially if they can get James Gunn to back it. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, I had to share that because I don't know. I was so very excited to hear this, but then a little gutted when they're like, do we want to though? So yeah,
that's surprising.
So yeah, I don't know. And then last but not least, Helldivers 2.
Yeah,
what's your thoughts?
I think it's a very interesting gaming culture moment that's happening with Helldivers 2. I think the game itself is like awesome. Like, it should win. Well, that's a bold statement. I don't know if it should win awards. I feel like it's not necessarily the kind of game that does win awards. If I gave awards out, I would give awards to Helldivers 2 up to this point. It has had technical issues. There are definitely some bugs in the game. And the server thing has been annoying. But I mean, before launch, I think the CEO of Arrowhead, or one of the higher ups at Arrowhead, tweeted something like, "Man, I feel like Helldivers 2 is going to be awesome. I think it has the potential to hit like 50,000 units or 50,000 players or something, right? Like that was an aspirational. It sold 4 million copies already. It's like they did not know this was coming, and they were clearly not prepared for hundreds of thousands of people to try and get on their servers at the same time. So it sucks that you can't get in the game, and the server thing is a big issue. And I really don't blame them for that. I feel like the tone of the game, all the creative stuff into it, it's just like spot on. It's what other PvE games wish they were. But the cultural stuff going around it is fascinating. I want to talk about that too. But
so a little interesting tidbit that I came to find out. Halo ODST 2, when it was pitched, was actually pitched to be exactly this. And it got turned down. And so that was one of the inspirations for this style of gameplay kind of thing. Was originally Halo ODST 2 was pitched to be this exact format. You're in thing, all players working together on planets. You go down, clear shit, come back up, rinse, repeat, have fun. And it got slapped down. So it's kind of like if I was the people doing those pitches, like, see,
yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I thought that was a little interesting tidbit because you and I are both Halo fans. So
yep.
But it is rightfully crazy. And I didn't even see that the head CEO or whatever even said, like, when people were like, I don't have any money right now, but I really want to buy this game, and he's like, don't purchase the game right now because of the issues of being able to connect and whatnot. He's like, save your money. You know, when the game is stable and we have enough servers, then purchase it. I've never heard, you know, he's like, yes, of course, we want to make the most money we can, but we don't want you to be, you know, spend your last dollars to get this game and then upset that you can't get in and play the game.
Yeah.
So, which I thought was really smart, really, really smart.
But also, I said this in a thing. Oh, it's not out yet. I said this in a thing that's recorded but not released, and I think this is really interesting. You know the whole meme about like, oh, this is my Roman Empire. Men are always thinking about the Roman Empire. That whole meme that went around.
Yeah.
This is the first thing that I've had in my life where I actually just thought to myself like, oh, you know what? Helldivers 2 right now, that is kind of my Roman Empire. Like I follow a TikTok account called Super Earth Broadcast, which is like a Helldivers 2 news account, which gives updates about the progress of the wars with the automatons and the insects, Tegrids, whatever the hell they're called. This is like, it's such a thing because the game is so cinematic. There's just so much stuff online of like just crazy stuff happening, cinematic edits. It scratches a deep itch that I didn't even know I had. That is,
Yeah.
I get why everyone is so obsessed with it and why it's such a moment right now. It's really funny.
It's one of those kind of games that I think that they definitely lean into the tongue-in-cheekness, you know, that would come to love from like Starship Troopers and that kind of shit, which is nice. It doesn't take itself, you know, too seriously. And while the gameplay could be looked at as repetitive, it's just, especially when you get a chance to play with friends, I think that's the thing. I haven't really tried to play the game all that much just by myself, but I've also had thoroughly a lot of fun playing with randos. Like, because it's one of those things, like, I can go in, like, okay, this is going to be a lot more fun to play with people, and I'll just find a random group that doesn't have a full team player, click on that, go down there, and we got all our salutes and shit, so we can, you know, meme it up for each other, and I don't know, I've never had a bad rando experience playing that game. So it's genuinely, it's just one of those kind of funs where I feel like I can just switch off my brain, go down, shoot some bugs, some robots, whatever, and then...
Have you fought automatons? Have you gone over to that part of it? They're so much worse than the Terminids. Oh my god.
They definitely require different stratagems, or else it will whoop your ass. But yeah, I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and yeah, it's kind of crazy on how much Arrowhead has exploded on this, and how, you know, it is something to be said that when you create a game, sometimes you're just counting on it being like mid-tier. It'll sell all right. It's not gonna break records necessarily, but hoping it's gonna sell good. And then suddenly this huge explosion kind of unexpectedly happens, and it's a good problem to have, you know, to have your... But the only thing that I worry about is this goodwill towards the game can turn on a dime if they take too long getting more servers added so you can increase the population of people.
Yeah.
I do feel like the way the internet works, that if you take too long, it is not gonna end well. Like, I wonder currently right now, looking on Steam, if I go to Helldivers, where are the reviews at? Because you know how much people love to just flame. Oh, it's at mixed right now. Oh boy, it's a great game. And let me see if I scroll down here, if I look at any of the thumbs downs. So I think the two things I'm seeing here with the thumbs downs is, one, the thing that we were seeing with Wade yesterday, people dealing with those PC issues that their anti-cheat is antiquated at best. Have no idea why a company would use an antiquated, you know, anti-cheat thing.
I mean, they just use easy anti-cheat, don't they? I'm confused. That keeps coming up, and I'm confused what exactly people mean by that. My understanding is that they use a thing that's pretty common.
From what I understood, because Dell has actually dealt with this more than I have, given the games that I've created and that kind of stuff. And I'm being told, no, it's called Game Guard.
Oh, okay.
And it's an outdated anti-cheat that's no longer being supported.
Huh.
So that's what they're noticing is the problem. And then, yeah, a lot of these other ones are making jokes this review is at capacity. Please try again later.
Yeah.
So like a lot of them are also just about not being able to get in and play the game. So I feel like this game is amazing, but they do need to work hard on adding more servers, whatever that looks like. And once again, I never dealt with that side of game deving, so I don't know what that looks like and how difficult or easy it would be to do as such. It's something I should probably talk to a few of my friends and try to figure out. But yeah, I'm being told Antiquated, it's a kernel level anti-cheat. It's also a rootkit. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Love the game. Just wish, they would get things updated so it could really truly shine and people could just play as they see fit. Because I feel like the numbers, even though they're capping it right now at 450,000, could in fact probably set some records if they just opened the floodgates and allowed more people to get in there with more servers.
Yeah.
But and then Dell yesterday, he was actually talking about how Helldivers 2, and somebody also reminded me of this, was kind of like Zombie Nation. And have you ever played Zombie Nation?
No.
Dell was actually even showing this to me yesterday, and the same kind of thing where it's persistent and it can be hard as balls and you have things swarming you and that kind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe something for us to check out in the future to see what he was talking about when it comes between the two. But yeah. Do you have anything else you want to Chizzy chat about before taking a break?
I don't know if you care about this, but I saw on social media that the game Gigantic is potentially being revived.
Yes. Actually, I did play a shit ton of this. Streamed actually a lot of this.
I was a big fan of that game when it existed. It was killed by Overwatch. Gigantic, if you don't know, is a MOBA class-based shooter, and it had a bunch of characters, and it was similar to Overwatch and died because of Overwatch, effectively. I don't know if that's 100% true. The game had its own struggles, but it was drowned out in Overwatch's success at the time, and now Overwatch sucks a big one. And so other companies are like, hey, there's kind of a space in that MOBA class-based shooter. Interesting. And I would be very excited if Gigantic came back, but there's not really any more news beyond that. Just that might be happening.
Here. So, yeah, for people who maybe haven't had a chance to see this, yeah, here's Gigantic, and I can have this kind of playing as we're talking about it. But yeah, this was a MOBA game. At the time, it was free to play. What they're looking at doing is making it more of a paid model. That way, less on microtransactions they've talked about and more just like you unlock shit while you play the game. What a novel idea. And yeah, the graphics were always like super nice. It was like lovely to look at. It wasn't like anything bad. It was all very colorful, as you can see here. And it was a game that, yeah, you either loved it, or I know, like, at the time my friends was like, either you play this or you played Overwatch. It seemed like there was no in between. And so now, since, yeah, as Bob was saying, Overwatch sucks a big one in a lot of ways, they're being like, well, maybe we can come in there and be the very thing that Overwatch used to be. We can fill that gap. So I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I think I'm totally going to get it the second it comes out.
Yeah.
Ooh, they do have a Join the Gigantic Rampage Edition playtest.
Ooh,
Bob. Ooh, and it says request access on Steam. Hey, I need to pop over on Steam here real quick and do.
I'm already on Steam, Ryan.
Hey, chat. We recommend that if you're interested, maybe request some access. Yeah. Just saying.
Got it. Requested.
Got it. Did it.
I'm also already logged into Helldivers because I used the cheaty cheats.
What? Wait, there's cheaty cheats?
There's a way to cut in line, and I have a friend who's playing Helldivers, so I cut in line and got on immediately.
Oh, that's right. Can you? I think that's like where you can send me.
If you just right click on me and click join, it'll just launch the game and get you right in here.
Okay, you want to take a break and then I'll we'll reconvene on the Discords.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon. Oh.
Got him. Anyway, chat. There we go. That is the end of that. Yeah, let me turn on my fancy graphics. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Yeah. So, we're going to be switching over to Gigantic. But, of course, that means first I need to go probably get a drink. I'm a little thirsty. And, you know, use the bathroom maybe. Who knows? Did I say Gigantic? Oh, my sweet lord, my UPS. No, battery. Don't. I hate this thing. I wish I had never gotten a UPS. It's so loud. It's so loud and it's not stopping. Well, apparently I'm going to have to fix that in my break, chat. So that's really fun. Neat. I really hope I don't accidentally turn my computer off again. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Okay, yeah, I can't make it stop. Yeah, okay, well, I'll be back after a quick break, chat. Don't go anywhere. Sorry.